First, good to see you. The Hokies are going to appreciate that shirt. Where you at? How you holding up? How's everybody doing?
So I'm in Holden Beach, North Carolina right now with Kelsey and her father. They just recently purchased a house out here on the beach, so it's good for me because I can kind of train on the beach. And then there's some turf out there and some grass areas as well, so I can kind of run around when I need to. Then we got some weights. We got a bench, some dumbbells, and some other stuff that I can actually get some pretty good work in right now. So I've actually been holding up pretty well.
Well, that sounds a lot better than my apartment hallway in the gym. You're in Blacksburg, man. You probably lived here, to be honest. Well, that's good. Getting work in. Have you found anybody to throw to you? Like that's you got to get a partner, right?
Right now, Kelsey is my quarterback. But we've been doing more like balanced stuff. So just throwing tennis balls, catching golf balls, and then I have a weighted football that we've been throwing around. It's 3 pounds, so it's just killing her shoulder. But no, just doing those little hand-eye coordination things and doing it 1,000 reps pretty much until it kind of comes second nature.
You've never been a guy that it struck me it was hard to find the discipline to stay in shape, something like that, or are you finding it pretty easy to get into a day-to-day rhythm?
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of felt like I've just had to go back to the basics, from when I was in high school to where all I needed was an area of grass, didn't matter if it was high grass or if it was poop in the grass or anything like that, just that field of grass. All I needed. And, so it's kind of
poop in the grass.
Yeah, it's been, you'd be surprised. I've been in fields where I've had to work out where there was holes in the grass, poop, someone didn't pick up the dog's poop or something like that, but it's kind of humbling, but it kind of puts everything back into perspective for you.
Well, speaking of the early days, how's your mom doing through all of this?
She's doing really good.
You got to know her quite well when you were up here.
Yeah, no, she's doing really good. So she's still teaching. So and they're actually teaching through Zoom. So she's on calls with their students and everything like that. She said it's a piece of work, but she's enjoying it.
All right, so a lot of things have flown under the radar with all of this that's happening in these surreal times, but a big moment for you about a month ago, you signed a new deal with the Dolphins. Just take Hokies through how that process actually works at the NFL level and what that means for where you'll be and the opportunity you'll have here in the next few months.
Yeah, right. So I signed an exclusive rights tender, which is for when you're a player that has 2 or less accredited seasons, then the team can give you one of those and you sign another deal. So you'll be there with them for the following season. So that is what I did, which is pretty exciting. I mean, I think I finished this past year on a pretty good note, kind of getting some time in there and some meaningful games and being able to make plays. So I think that was good moving forward. Now it's just trying to build on that.
It was I like, man. We're so conditioned to watching you make tough catches and catch the football and be the primary guy. It's been somewhat of a long road for you in the NFL just to when you got hurt and when you finally were able to make that impact. What was that like? You have the big game against the Jets. You guys beat the Pats, and you really carried a lot of momentum, it seemed like, in the offseason.
Man, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. It was what I envisioned playing in the NFL would be, being someone that your team kind of depends on it and making those plays, being out there in that fire is kind of what every competitor wants to do, and I finally got a taste of it. And I was upset that the season ended when it did because I was finally rolling, but I think it, like you said, just giving me the momentum and the confidence going into next year. I'm ready to build on it.
You got a quarterback in Ryan Fitzpatrick that's not afraid to put the football in the air. We joke about Fitzmagic and the beard and all those things. What's he like? Does he let you touch the beard? How much manicuring does the beard?
Man, he actually, before everything happened with the virus and everything, I saw him at the facility and he trimmed it down. I was kind of upset with him about it, but he trimmed it down a little bit. I guess his wife probably got on to him. But, man, Fitz is awesome, man. He's an extremely great leader. when you're in that huddle, he makes everyone feel super confident in that he knows what everyone is doing. And he can always help you out. He makes sure that you can feel his confidence that he has in you. Even if you make a mistake, you drop a pass, you run a wrong route, he's always the first one to you so you guys can get on the same page. And he's a guy that he takes whatever happens from the practice field to the games. And that was one of the things that I felt helped me make plays towards the end of the season, was that me and him had built such a good rapport throughout training camp, practicing together and throwing with each other. And that I think that once I got in the game, it kind of just carried over. And from those practices, he had the trust in me that, hey, I know Isaiah's going to be where he's supposed to be, and he's going to make the play when I need him to. So
the whole time I was just thinking about the beard. You've got a little something going on right now too. What's your quarantine strategy here?
Man, I need a haircut bad, man. I'm struggling. I'm missing my barber really bad right now. Kelsey's getting on to me asking if she can cut it. That's not happening. But as soon as this is up and I'm able to get to the barbershop, I'll be the first one there.
Hey, speaking of Ryan Fitzpatrick, I was reading some of the things that he was saying about you even before you kind of broke out there in the second half of the season. And he said, sometimes in a new system, or if we don't know the call, we always go to Isaiah because we know he's know what it is and those things. How important was that for you? I mean, you were the big guy here. You're one of the all-time leading receivers here. Had the most prolific season here. How has it been like to go back to be like, I'm going to be the guy that's always doing the little things right? Or was that the reason you had success here all along?
And, I think, honestly, that's part of it. I had the pleasure of having 3 really good receiver coaches, and with Coach Moorhead from my freshman year, bringing me in as a youngster and just teaching me, to be a technician on and off the field. And that's making sure you're studying your craft, studying every position, not just your position, and because the more you know, the more valuable you are. And that was something that they always preached to us, to Coach Burden, kind of building on that structure of being a technician and everything like that. And then having Wiggins my junior year, and him just kind of instilling that never settling mentality of, don't go into being greedy, not just settling for 2-yard catches or 3-yard catches, trying to make something happen with any and every catch that you do, and I kind of taken all the lessons from all 3 of them and kind of built those things towards the player that I am today. But yeah, the little details has always been the things that each one of those coaches have kind of harped on, and I've always tried to make sure that I can do my part because I know how valuable that is at the end of the day.
And you also had Cam Phillips on the other side. And if you listen to Cam tell it, he was drawing a lot of coverage away from you. And no, I'm just kidding, Cam. You guys were, a prolific tandem. You throw Bucky in there. I want to circle at the end of this back to some of your favorite Tech moments, but I want to focus on Cam because we had a lot of fun watching him just shred the XFL for the number of weeks that they were able to play. And I saw you tweeted out how proud you were and the things that you knew that he'd gone through. How much fun for you was that to watch? And, he's going to obviously get some opportunities off of that now.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. When it first happened, when he didn't make a team, he came and kind of stayed with me for a while. And because he was training in Miami. And, man, I just saw him go after it every day, change his eating, his diet regimen, his workout regimen, everything, his sleeping regimen, taking everything seriously and basically reinventing himself. And for him to go out there and just tear it up, man, it was awesome. And I got to be at the first game that in Houston. I'm there. I'm in the stands, and I pull out my phone and I record him because I was posting that I was there. Maybe 30 seconds later, he's running a stop and go. He's catching a 60-yard touchdown. So everyone's going crazy. And then the last game I got to go to was against Ricky in Tampa, and that was the game where he scored 3 touchdowns. And that was awesome just because Ricky had got me my seats. So I was in a crowd of Tampa fans, and I'm the only one cheering, like stand up and cheering, and Cam's tearing them up, and they're all getting upset at me, but I didn't really care, man. I was just happy to see my boy doing what he was doing.
No, wait, now Cam couldn't have got you seats?
I know, right? But I mean, I guess since Tampa's home game, I guess that was the reason it got me the seats. But
Yeah, Waxu, I'm hitting up for seats too. But speaking of so many of your former teammates, your good buddies, you see Tremaine Edmonds a couple times a year. Of course, Terrell's becoming a star up in Pittsburgh. You got to see Tim Settle and G. Stro last year. What's that like when you guys have all started to or have already firmly translated what you take from here and onto the next level?
right, it's amazing. It's inspirational just to see the guys that you went to war with every day, and you can like turn on the tape or you get your game plan and you're hearing the coaches give the scout report on this player, and you're hearing them say all the good things that they're saying about him, and it kind of puts a little smirk on your face. It's like, man, yeah, that's my boy. And it's just awesome just to see the guys. Like Tremaine made the Pro Bowl this year. Tim was really explosive this year. Rel, Greg was, unfortunately he was injured for the majority of the year, but last year you saw him and how he began to make plays towards the end of the year as well. So just to see everyone doing what they're doing, it's awesome. It's a blessing.
I don't want to forget about Wyatt. I just saw Wyatt a few weeks back. Wyatt's still Wyatt, even in the NFL.
I saw Wyatt do the typical Wyatt thing in the game. I forget who they were playing, but he was going to block someone. He like tripped over his own feet, did a somersault, stood up, and still made the block. And I was like, man, that describes Wyatt in a nutshell, that right there. But it was crazy.
Wyatt being Wyatt.
Yeah.
But I see him in Blacksburg sometimes. I can remember a couple of times I've just been walking down Main Street and I'm like, hey, that guy, hey, it's Isaiah. What's up, man? You're actually here quite a bit. Why is that so important to get back here?
Man, Blacksburg is home, man. And I know it's our slogan, but it really feels that way. Whenever I'm flying in and then I'm driving in from Roanoke to Blacksburg, you just get all the feels of all the good memories and everything and all the relationships that I built. It just all floods my brain and floods my memories. And it's just a place that it puts me in a really good mood and a good setting spiritually and mentally, with all the relationships that I've had with the players and the coaches, because those are my family, everyone, and even the fans, there's tons of fans that I still keep in touch with. Like Beth Barnes is probably my favorite. Yeah. But Blacksburg is just a really special place in my heart.
Did you see the Bud suit?
Yeah, I did. I did. And it got us rolling too when she started wearing the Bud suit. So
it did, Miami, and then we were on.
I had to get some new next year.
That's pretty cool. That was part of what I wanted to ask you about next. That was a partial recruiting pitch. How do you close that recruiting pitch? Right now, it seems like a lot of the guys that are coming in are trying to bring other guys with them, and guys that have been here like yourself are. What's it like playing for Coach Fuente? Because you guys had record-shattering year, his first year, your last year. A lot of people, I think, don't get to see his personality like obviously you do as a player. I see it a little bit differently. But just what is that like? What is the experience people are getting when they come here?
Man, you're going to play for someone that genuinely cares about you and genuinely loves you to the point where he's gonna push you and get every piece of greatness that you have inside of you. He's going to make sure he brings it out, and he won't stop until he does. And as a recruit going into college, that's what you want, because I think everyone's goal ultimately is to play at the next level. And Coach Fuente knows what it takes to get there, and he's going to push you to get you there, and just going from Coach Food to Coach Korn to the strength staff. We have a strength staff that's going to perfectly design something uniquely to your body, whether that's your nutrition or your plan as far as lifting, and they're going to put weight on you and not just make sure you blow up really big, but they're going to put it on strategically, on your legs and your upper body and everything. So you feel the best and you're still explosive and everything. Whatever your position is, it's going to be catered to that, and then you're playing in front of the best fans in the world, honestly. And I've been to Ohio State with 106,000 plus LeBron James, my favorite player in the stands. I've also been to Notre Dame, you know, and with that historical place in the snow, and we beat them. But nothing will ever come to playing in front of Lane Stadium. Nothing.
Well, that was a pretty solid pitch right there. But I don't know. Obviously, he was quite a bit before you in terms of playing, but Justin Hamilton taking over the defense right now. And my guy has got a handle on the social media aspect of this.
Yeah,
I
he
wake
does.
up in the morning
He's
and I'm like, what clever can I say to get like 100 likes? And he just puts out like, hey, good morning. Hokies are the best. And he gets like 2,000.
And you see it, like we got him, a former player that's on staff. Before him, Tony Gray was a former player that's on staff, and then we got D-Tap that's on staff as well. So you can tell, like, there's a reason why all the former guys always love to come back around and give back, because Blacksburg is such a special place, and I think that it can sound cheesy until you experience it yourself. And once you're in it, you're like, man. Every one of my friends I've all talked to, when we talk about Blacksburg, we all can't wait to go back, and we all like miss it so much, and we all reminisce about it like a ton, just because we all kind of got that same feeling from it.
All right, well, I got you in a teammate state of mind. There's been a lot of things going around on social media right now. We're all pretty bored, so we're putting together our all-time teams and all of that good stuff. A lot of people forget, not me, but a lot of people forget that you could have played basketball here at Virginia Tech too. Pretty good baller. So if you were going to take and form a team of nothing but your former teammates, you just got to have 5. And they can just be the 5 best players in your opinion, or you're filling out an actual, 1 through 5. Who you got?
Okay. So give me Terrell.
Okay.
Terrell. Give me Greg Stroman.
Stroman? He's going to like to hear that. I'm talking to him tomorrow.
Yeah, let's move. Cam. Give me Cam Phillips. Cam's actually a really good basketball player. And last,
you need a big man.
I know, and I was thinking about that. Thinking who can I go with? Maybe TJ.
That's a big man.
We'll go with TJ. TJ's actually pretty smooth on the basketball court. He has really good feet, really good touch, really soft touch around the rim. He can actually shoot a little bit. TJ's pretty good. I think we'll be in pretty good shape. We'll probably press you the whole game. Fly around. We'll be on the verge of having 3 or 4 fouls in there, but you'll be tired by the second half, and we'll just keep it rolling.
We're playing a lot of 4 out, 1 under on the offense.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, everybody just get out of the way. Everybody get out of the way. Let me do my thing. We'll all take turns going 1-on-1.
All right. Well, Isaiah, we can't thank you enough on behalf of Hokies for being with us, but we can't let you get out of here without these. I do this sometimes. I go back, and I was just doing a quarantine countdown of favorite games, favorite plays, and you, of course, popped up there quite a few times. In 2016, which was my second year, what are, I won't make you narrow it down to just one, what are Isaiah Ford's favorite handful of catches at Virginia Tech? And I'll get you started, because my number one was the one through double coverage.
Austin College. Yeah, that's definitely my favorite, probably, just because of the story behind that. So we put that play in probably early in the week, and we knew once we got a certain look, it was going to be a touchdown. So we run it early in the game, going the opposite way, and Gerard misses me. And I think he was looking at Bucky or something, and I was like wide open at this time, like wide open. No one was around me. So we go to the sideline, and I'm kind of upset at him. He comes to me. He's like, "Did I miss you?" I'm like, "Yes." So he's like, "Don't worry." I think we had just gotten a turnover or something like the following drive right before half, and they called the play again. He's like, "I'm coming to you no matter what." So this time we get a completely different look. Like before the snap, I'm like, "Okay, this isn't gonna be good." So I'm running off the ball just because he told me he was gonna throw, but I didn't think he was gonna actually throw it. So I'm running, and I see both the corner and the safeties right there too. So I'm like, okay, I know Gerard's not going to throw it. And then the ball's in the air. I'm like, oh, he threw it. So I'm like, now I got to go get it, because that was something that I always told the quarterbacks, like, look, just throw it up, give me a chance, I'll make the play. And it ended up being a perfect throw. He put it right in the spot where either I was going to get it or no one was going to get it, and I just went up and made the play. But that was probably my favorite one.
who was ticked about that? That he threw it. He said it publicly after the game. He's like, he's got a long way to go. Isaiah, I can't tell you again on behalf of the Hokies how much we appreciate taking some time, man. Those were some good stories and good pitches and nothing but continued good health for you and your family. And get that training in. We'll all get haircuts one of these days, man. Be well. Thanks, Isaiah.